wake him in a minute with all your noise. It's the story of a manger. It's the story of some shepherds. The story of angels singing peace on earth. It's the story of a savior. Story of a virgin. Story of a promise from God's word.
Dallas at the Pittsburgh 10. Roger back to throw, has a man open in the end zone, caught, touchdown, dropped in the end zone. Jackie Smith all by himself. Oh, bless his heart. He's got to be the sickest man in the business.
Never be able to do with this. You serious? It's inaudible. Yeah. I'm Italian. I like to speak with my hands. All right. So, hey, it is great that you all are here, and I am excited to have you. I'm curious. Any football fans, NFL football fans? Yeah, a few of you. All right, great. I am just curious, who would you say is like the greatest quarterback of all time, like the GOAT? We call that Brent Dilfer. What? Trent Dilfer? Oh, sorry. No. Who? Marino? Someone? All right. Hey, if I was to make a list, I would have to put at the top of my list Tom Brady, even though they beat the Eagles. I would go from there. Maybe Peyton Manning. Maybe Joe Montana. You got to have Montana on there. But if you were to ask my dad, who is 95 years old and an awesome man, if you would say, Dad, who is the greatest player to ever play? He would, without a shadow of a doubt, say Johnny Unitas. Ever hear of him? The dude threw 40,000 yards in like 12-game seasons. He has like 4 championships, 3 MVPs. The guy is amazing. If you look him up, it's unbelievable. So today, I want to tell you, though, a story about my dad, bringing him into this. I love my dad. He lives with my mom over in Vero Beach, across the state. And one of the things that he loves to do is eat pastries and drink coffee and read the sports page, okay? So he would make it his tradition, basically, to go at least weekly to this place called Cravings near the beach. And he would meet up there with his buddies, and they would get their coffees and all that, but they would never bring their newspaper, which I thought was kind of weird. And basically the thing that they did was they didn't have to bring the newspaper because people would just kind of pass the paper around. And for those of you who are looking at me like, what's a paper? That's a thing that people would read the news off of. Like you held onto it with your hand. It was kind of weird. I know. Strange, but this is how they did it back then. Or radio or TV. 3 stations. Okay, so side note. So anyway, so he would go to this place, Cravings, and so one day he went there and sat down with his buddies, ordered his meal, and got his coffee, and he starts eyeing around to see where whoever's about done with their meal, and he sees the sports page over there with this guy that's all done. He's about ready to leave. So he goes over there, hey, done with the paper? And the guy's like, yeah, sure. Gives him the paper, grabs the paper, goes back to his seat, eats his meal and all that, and he goes to pay for the bill. Goes to the cash register, and the dude at the register says, hey, do you know who you got that paper off of? And my dad's like, no, not really. And he says, that was the one and only Johnny Unitas right there in Vero Beach. And apparently he used to live over there, had a house or whatever. But my dad missed it. And he kind of had it, but he missed it. I'm going to need your help this morning. I need you to say, missed it. All right. Actually, I'm going to change. I'm going to say, what a miss. Can we do that better? All right, say, what a miss. When I point at you, I need you to say, what a miss. Ready? You can do better than that. My dad just missed Johnny Unitas. All right. Thank you. Okay. So, I want to share with you another miss that is not quite as... actually has a little more impact, but I want to say this though: if you're not looking for something, you're likely to miss it. Can you guys agree with that? Okay, to defense for my dad, he was not ever expecting to see Johnny Unitas in the same place that he goes all the time, so he missed that. But I want to tell you of this guy, John, who was a friend with Jesus 2,000 years ago. They both walked this earth, And John was one of his best friends, one of his disciples, the people that Jesus poured the most into, his students. And John basically tells us of Jesus. This is John's Christmas account. He doesn't do the whole, like if you read the book of John, great place to start in the Bible, by the way. If you read it, he starts this way. And John says this. He says, he, speaking of Jesus, was in the world. And though the world was made through him, in other words, he was saying Jesus had always existed. Though the world was made through him, the world did not recognize him. He came to that which was his own, but his own did not receive him. You guys missed too on that. You're lucky I gave you another shot. All right, so two things here I want you to recognize. And it's recognized. They did not recognize him, or they did not receive him. I want to help you see this. Anybody recognize this? Of course. What is it?
An iPhone box.
I got the mic. I can do different things now, Harv. It's an iPhone box. Yeah, for some reason, Julian recognized it real easy. It's an iPhone box, and it should be an iPhone, okay? A lot of you can recognize this because it matters to you. You may benefit from what is inside of this in one way or another. So it's very easily recognizable. But here's the thing. It's worthless to you, to Julian, until it is actually his. He takes it, receives it, opens it, puts his info into it. They become one, okay? That is what I believe John is trying to say here. He says they didn't receive him. They didn't recognize him, They didn't recognize him, and they also did not receive him. Two things. Like, we can recognize all we want that this is an iPhone box at least, but it doesn't do anything for us until we receive what's in it. Got that? So the big question is, at least to me, like, how do these people miss Jesus? I mean, the kids did a great job of showing us how in all the craziness of Christmas, Jesus can easily get pushed to the back. Things can just they're good things. They're fun things. I mean, all our traditions are fun, but when Jesus gets squeezed out of it, what a miss. We'll get there. All right, so I believe people miss Jesus, one, because they're distracted. One, they're not looking. Like my dad wasn't looking for Johnny U. Also, I believe that they have been misled to what is in the box. Like, some of you still believe your Samsung is better than this. Okay? Some of you believe not even having a phone at all is better than that. I'm not here to argue iPhones, but I'm using it as a point that if you don't really understand what's in the box, you're not going to really care, right? Or maybe you've been told wrongly what's in the box. Maybe you've been told wrongly what Jesus is all about. So you're like, I really don't need that. I'm good enough without. So people miss Jesus, but that comes at a cost, right? Missing what matters comes at a cost. If you miss the fact that there's an awesome device in here that can help you do things there's no way that you can do on your own, and you think it's just a box and you use it as a coaster, I would certainly say, thank you. But here's the good news. Everybody did not miss Jesus. Do you know why I can tell you that? Because I'm standing here 2,000 years later telling you about Jesus. So we're going to go on to what John had to say in John 1. And he goes on to say this. And I love verse 12. Remember, he said, those that did not recognize him or receive. There was those that didn't recognize or receive. But then he goes on to say, yet. I love the word yet. Like, even though this happened, this really stinks. This is really unfortunate. Yet, to all who did receive him, to those who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God. Did you hear that? Children born not of natural descent, nor of human decision or a husband's will, but born of God. So I don't know where you're coming from, where you're trying to figure out what's in the box about Jesus. If what you think is in the box is going to church, it could play a part of it. If you think what's in the box is about a whole bunch of rules that's going to take your life, restrict your life, you're missing. But if you can grasp this morning, if you haven't already, that the God who made the universe, the God that made the galaxies, that God doesn't so much care about whether you're in church in as much as he cares that you are in an intimate relationship with him, so much so that we can call him Daddy. Who's your daddy? I love my dad. He'll be here next week. I love my dad. He's like one of my best friends. But my dad, my biological dad does not even begin to compare with my eternal Father, who can be everywhere at all times, who can give me hope in desperate situations, who can bring healing when I'm feeling so broken and lost, who can do so many things that my dad, Fran, cannot do. Who's your daddy? Are you missing that? Are you thinking you got it figured out? Man. So, the greatest catch of all times does not go to Mike Evans. Did I use that one? It goes to us. Because we can become not just followers of Christ, not just in an association, in a corporation, in a whatever. We can become first in line to God. That's personal, people. Wow. What a catch. Man, what a privilege. So, back to you. Who's your daddy? Have you come to a place that you recognize that he is more than just going to church? Have you come to a place that you've recognized that he's more than just that little baby that's in the manger scene that we celebrate and we have a whole lot of great traditions? Or that we recognize that, yeah, he died on the cross. I know I needed that. But man, like that little video that we watched with the connection, Jesus wants you to connect that it's not just that he wants you to know him intimately. He wants it to be personal. Even if you've had a broken relationship with your dad, he wants to be that perfect dad. So this Christmas, my prayer for you, our prayer for you, is not to miss Jesus, okay? Don't miss Jesus. In a season that there are a ton of distractions, man, try to put those aside and to lean into what it's all about a little bit more than ever before. I encourage you in that. I also want to ask you, where are you in the whole recognizing who Jesus is? Do you have a relationship with him? Or have you just checked them off, been baptized or whatever, or maybe you have none of that you've done? I want to encourage you to do this. It's not complicated. It's simply like John said, you need to recognize what he did for us, why he came. I mean, he came so that we could have a life with God. That's what eternity means, forever. Okay? And he did that by living the perfect life, dying on the cross, conquering death, by rising again. And so that's what we need to recognize, and then we need to receive that, accept that. It's that simple. There's no complicated thing with Christianity when coming to Christ. So I encourage you, wherever you're at, lean into there, okay? And I want to just also encourage you. I have it on this list here. I don't know if it's all the way up there. Maybe not. Next one. There we go. Think about what can you do this Christmas to not miss Jesus, okay? How can you best lean into him? And I want to pray for us, and then I have a few announcements. If you just settle your spirit for a second. Think about your Christmas experience. Think about what Christmas means to you. Does Christ pop into the top of that, or does the Christmas shopping list pop into the top of that? Jesus, I thank you for everybody here. I thank you that you loved us so much that you made a way so that we can be with God, not just as Christians, but as sons and daughters of the God of the universe. Lord, I can't get my head around that most of the time, but I do know that I can say thank you. And we say thank you for that. Lord, I pray for anyone that has not ever come to that place of recognizing you as that one that has made a way through the cross, through the resurrection, and has offered that. Lord, I pray that they would simply say, Jesus, I believe. I believe you did this. I believe that you want me to be in an intimate relationship with God. And I pray that they would have that way. They would go that way. Lord, I pray that you would help us in this Christmas season to celebrate you like never before. And help us also in 2 weeks or a week and a half, whatever it is, to be bringing people out so they can hear this good news that you want us to be in a right relationship with God. And thank you again. And pray this, Jesus, in your name. Amen. All right, I have a couple announcements for you guys. One, of course, is the Christmas Eve service. You should have all gotten one of these little flyers. If you're like uncomfortable with inviting someone, you could even do the old slip and leave it on their desk at work. Whatever works, okay? But I do encourage you to invite at least one person if you haven't already. Probably the sooner the better because everyone's making their plans now, okay? So Christmas Eve is coming up. I'm trying to think where my little cheat sheet is around here, but I don't see it. But the other thing is right after this service, if you did not know, we're having a Sunday Fun Day. We are going to be decorating, Christmas ornaments. We are going to have bingo. We're going to be making cookies, decorating cookies. And we also have a $5 meal deal for pizza, chips. So here it is. Somebody said that. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, you know I like to just test it out. All right, it's $5. We have Venmo now, so if you don't want to go through our Amplify, the church giving online, you can just do Venmo, or we take cash, or we take an IOU too. We don't really care. We just like to have you be a part of it. So if you want to take pictures with the kids, they're going to do some afterwards. That's what she just told me to tell you. But I think that's really all I have. Let me just say, give a thanks for the food. I'm supposed to do that too, and I did not do that. And then I'll send you off. Jesus, thank you for this food. I pray that you bless the fellowship of our Sunday Fun Day, and thank you again for the greatest gift. Amen. All right, last thought. Hey, do you guys consider yourselves seeing good? Seeing well? Do you think you look and see things, you're observant? Did anybody see the free Starbucks gift cards I taped to the door frames? No? All right, so you need to improve your looking because that's what a miss. All right? Yet another miss. All right, so all of you walked through, all of you, and so that's there. So don't let it be said of you that you missed what really matters, and that's not the Starbucks, but Jesus, okay? So go in peace, keep your eyes open, have a great season.